Hello, everyone. I would like to make my tribute speech to my dad. Although I was never the typical daddy's girl growing up as a child, I was actually more close with my mom. But as I'm now 30 years old, I realize how much I am like my dad and how much he has taught me that I now listen to all the things that he's taught me now, although I didn't want to at the time. My dad is a retired pharmacist. Him and my mom also have numerous rent houses and storage buildings that they take care of. They renovate every time anyone moves out and take very good care of their rentals. And he's also been a volunteer firefighter and first responder for about 20 years. As a child, I always remember him, anytime he got on to me, I would always cry because I was just scared of getting in trouble, and the man's voice would always just make me tear up for some reason. Um, every summer growing up, we would go on trips every summer to a different state, and it was never the typical Walt Disney World or water parks or anything like that. It was always, he always planned it out to where it was national parks or museums or something historic. He always enjoyed history and telling me how things worked, and half the time I didn't listen, but he always wanted to teach us that. So because of all those field trips, summer trips, I've been to every state except for Hawaii throughout before I was even 18, basically. So my last trip at 16 years old we went to Alaska, and that was probably my favorite trip of all. We actually celebrated my dad's birthday there at a campground, and we actually saw a bear on the day of his birthday for the first time, walking across the highway, and we stopped and looked at those and took pictures and all that. So my dad was always very particular about mapping out to where we would see the most things, so he was very good at that. It was before GPS and all that, so an old-fashioned road atlas was our weapon of choice, if you might say so. But over the years, as I am today, my dad has taught me a lot of things. A lot of it has to do with money. He was always very cautious of money. He was not one to spend, like they would never go buy me the most expensive, like Doc Martens were popular then when I was in high school, and I always thought I needed those, but I never got those or anything else, which at the time, as a teenager, you think, oh man, why everybody else has those, why can't I? But he never did that, and now I understand why. Now I am very cautious of my money and kind of a penny pincher, you might say, and my husband is the opposite, so it kind of works out together, I guess. But to this day, my dad packs, if they go on a trip anywhere, even to Branson, he packs a cooler to avoid buying drinks at gas stations, which we have done too. I wouldn't say we do that all the time, but we try to. And you don't realize how much money it saves until you actually think about, every time you stop at the gas station, it's $10 or so, depending on how big your family is. So I appreciate my dad more now than I ever have, and he's taught me lots of things that I hope to carry on to my children. So thank you very much.